my goodness. Okay, please welcome our original song honorees from Barbie, Billie Eilish and Finneas, writers of What Was I Made For? Oh my goodness. I mean, I think we're making everybody cry this morning. That really wasn't the theme of today. Grammy Award winners, fresh from last week.
Thank you.
This song is so beautiful in the context of the movie, but even outside you listen to it, it's so emotional, so many people connect to it. Talk about at what point did you realize, oh my gosh, I've written more than just Barbie's heart song. I've written a song that's going to destroy so many people every time they hear it.
Well, I think I was dumb enough to not know that, to be real. I think that's what's so funny is like we go through life feeling things and feeling like we're the only one who's ever felt that way. And we're the only one that relates and nobody's ever, you know, and to an extent it's true because like, we're all ourselves only, and no one has ever been us before, so we're experiencing all of our experiences, and then we're the only people that are ever going to, but at the same time, we all feel the same, you know, inside, and I don't know, this song, like, picked me out with, like, a little hook from, like, a dark little place, and kind of, like, saved me and kind of saved our writing process even, and, yeah, I remember like not thinking about how other people would relate to it. In my head, it was this like, yeah, this is just me. You know, they're not gonna get it. Especially like that second verse, I remember being like, I don't know if that like, do people know what I mean by that? And I felt so seen that people really, really, really did.
We relate to that second verse, right? I'm curious, what was the first chord like line that you wrote that really cracked the song?
We really improvised that first, the opening portion of the song, which is those chords, and the I used to float, now I just fall down, was, we'd just seen the movie the day prior with Greta, and so we were sitting in our studio, and I try not to overthink what I'm playing when I sit down, unless I hate it, and then I'll overthink it. But I was responding to the chords, and Billie was responding to the chords, and she just started to hum that vocal melody, and I loved it, and the hair on my arm stood up. And then we were just sort of recounting the experience of watching the movie, and that was the line of the, I used to float, now I just fall down. But it was just those chords from the very beginning. We just got so lucky.
Yeah, it was like the first chords he sat down and played. It was literally like the first thing he did, and that's crazy to me to think about.
I love that. And, you know, we also get to see the montage, which Greta was inspired. Talk about how that all came together.
Yeah, well, so we had seen the movie 24 hours before writing it. And all that we saw like the first, I've said this before, so sorry if you've heard me say this, but we saw like 30 minutes of the first 30 minutes of the movie. And then we saw like just scenes that Greta wanted us to see, like throughout. And one of them was like, I'm just Ken. One of them was,
They want to know your reaction, right?
my reaction?
To seeing I'm just Ken for the first.
I was like this. But it was also awesome. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. It's awesome. Ryan killed that shit. Anyway, moving on. He's amazing. But we saw that. We saw the America monologue, which had me in tears. And what else did she show us?
The Ariana Greenblatt.
Ariana's scene at the school, which was amazing. And then just like little pieces. And then I think the last thing she showed us, damn, I just saw the reflection of my own eyes in my glasses. That was crazy. I can see my eyes, you guys. It's crazy. Oh my God. So anyway.
It's trippy, right?
That's crazy. Damn. Love you. Sorry, let me shut up.
The last scene we saw was, I think, the one.
She showed us the last scene, which was the scene somewhat that you just saw, I think, in the white kind of abyss, and it's Ruth and it's Barbie, and she grabs her hands and she's crying and she says, feel. And originally we just saw with like temp track, I think, and it was just Margot, and it was just a shot of her crying. And that's all it was. And I remember that replaying in my mind, and I think, I don't want to speak for you, but I think that was in our heads. And also Greta was kind of like, you know, if it could be something, that's the scene that I feel like we want Barbie's heart song, you know, we want to feel how she feels. And I had that scene replaying the whole night and the whole day. And then she made that montage to the song, which was really, really special.
Which is also, for anybody who doesn't know, the montage is all home footage of cast members' families, crew members' families, cast members' friends, which I just think is such a, like, I think the thing I love about that is like the delicacy of it. Like, it's just footage of how beautiful everyday life is. It's not, you know, necessarily the most like profound, important moment of everybody's life. It's moments like somebody at a bowling alley and somebody hugging their mom. And to me, that's like, it's the minutia of life that's memorable to me. So I loved that montage.
See, the stories you learn every day. I didn't know that, so it's so fascinating to hear. Let's talk a little bit about your collaboration. Like, how has that evolved over the years? And talk about working together.
Working together. Well, Finneas and I have really been like soulmates for our whole lives. And I know we're siblings, but like some siblings are not soulmates, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know. Some people really be hating their sibling, and that's okay too, I guess, but like that's just never been the vibe. It just never has. You know, when I was a little kid, Finneas was my biggest hero, and the thing that, like, the person I thought was like the coolest of anybody in the world, and he loved me so much when I was a kid. There was a couple years that I'll quote him on saying that he said I had no value in life. No, literally. Like,
Hideous.
Like 10 to like 16.
Oh my God.
Like, I pulled up a video and Finneas was like, yeah, that It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 6, you guys. That's usually when I go to sleep. But yeah, anyway, there was a couple years where we weren't very close, but that was all like, I thought he was the coolest ever and he thought I was the worst, because I was. I mean, that's a tough age. But
She wasn't the worst, she was just 10. And it's like, yeah, when I was 14, we have a 4-year age gap, so when I was 14 and she was 10, you just like are pretending that you're growing up at 14, you're pretending you know about the world. And so you're like, yeah, I don't want to talk to a 10-year-old. It's just nonsense. Like, but if I sat down on this couch next to 14-year-old me, I'd run away. I would be devastated to interact with 14-year-old me.
But we started working together. We started writing together when I was 13 and he was 17. And we made a song called Ocean Eyes at that time. Yeah. And it's funny, like, talking to people now, you know, they're like, well, like, when did you start writing? Or I don't know, like, I've mentioned to a couple people that I know now that I didn't know then. And I'll say something like, well, you know, I put Ocean Eyes out when I was 13, and Finneas was 17. And every time those words come out of my mouth, I'm like, it's crazy. It's so crazy to me. And honestly, like, our bond has only gotten stronger, and also, like, we've gotten so much better at like working together and writing together, and I've gotten better at all the things that you know, like singing. He's gotten better at producing. We've gotten better at it all, you know, as you do. You learn. You can never stop learning. But the process has been, you know, just honest to God, like getting better and better and better over the years. And it's like, I really hope it never ends. Like, I have no interest in ever not, you know, making music with Finneas.
We love that.
Thanks.
I love that. Okay, last question. between Barbie and No Time to Die, like, would you both ever want to score an entire movie or write an entire movie soundtrack?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's such great, we talk about this a lot. There's a couple great movies that were very important to me growing up. Obviously, there's more movies than this that have an artist will write more than one, so they'll write 6 or 7 songs the whole movie. Into the Wild, the film has these amazing Eddie Vedder songs soundtracking it. Over the Hedge, the animated movie, has amazing songs by Ben Folds. Spirit.
Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams. So the short answer is absolutely, yeah.
There you go. We're going to put that out there. Billie and Finneas, thank you so much. I'll see you back for the panel conversation. Let's take a look at a clip from Oppenheimer. I'll see you back for the conversation.